Hi, folks. I'm HR Fudd. My cousin, HR Funk, couldn't be here. He was delayed today, so he asked me to stand in until he got here. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to say, but I just thought maybe I could answer some of your questions until he gets here. And I don't know even who we got. Joe Morgan. Thank you, Joe, for being here. And Matt Waters or Walters. Thank you, Matt and Glenn Schultz and Wider 54. Thanks to all of you for being here. Again, HR Funk will be here soon, but he asked me to stand in until he gets here. I hope you all are having a great evening. And KD Cowboy is here as well. Thank you, KD, for joining in. And this is a great evening. It's the middle of the winter. There's not much going on. And I didn't really know what I could try to do to fill time in until he finally gets here. And Eddie XOC is here. Thank you, Eddie, for coming. And we've got McFasto from Arizona. And Marty Neff is here as well. And Camp David says, "Where's the boss?" I think you mean Mimi. She is out of town today, so she won't be here with us unless maybe she's able to join into the live. She got a notice earlier today, letting her know that this was going on. So maybe we'll see something from her. I hope so. And we've got, let's see. ERJ, she is here saying that there's a reaction to the vaccine. Maybe that could be. I'm not sure. Yes, Charles, I am HR Fudd, and I am glad to be here standing in for HR Funk. I hope all of you are having a great evening. And let's see. Jeff Tim is here. Marty Neff says, "Hello from the communist Oregon." Oh, my Lord. Wow. Marty, you need to get to a new place to live that's a little bit more not so communist, if you know what I mean. Charles is here from Kentucky. Joe Morgan. Let's see. Jeff Tim says, HR Fug, where is the semi-auto double barrel with the magazine tube in the butt? Sorry, all I got is this shotgun with me today, and this is the one that I'm going to have for a little bit until HR Funk gets here. Ed Wacken is here. Hello from 2A Free Utah. Hello, Ed. Thanks for joining. And Jeff Beeson says, howdy from Texas. I'm glad all of you are joining. And again, as soon as HR Funk gets here, I will get out of the way and he'll take over. But for now, I just wanted to jump in and take his place and wait until he gets here. Let's see. Jeff Beeson was here from Texas. Norseman says hi from Dayton, Ohio. Wow, so somebody close by in Dayton. And Joe Morgan is in Idaho. And Charles is here. So again, I hope all of you are having a great evening. And as soon as he gets here, I'll get out of the way and he'll take over. But so far today in Ohio, it's not been a bad day. For February in Ohio, we had a fairly warm day, kind of windy, but not too bad other than that. It got a little bit warmer today. Woodrow 103 says, howdy from East Texas. Thank you, Woodrow, for joining us. And let's see. We got Vic from Fallout says, howdy, have Fudd time. Yes, this is Fudd time right now. And Ed McQuacken says, love Joe, love Idaho. Okay, he's talking to Joe Morgan. Charles says, when is your tactical buddy showing up? I hope he doesn't show. I don't like that guy too much. He's kind of a jerk. You know what I mean? Just kind of a jerk. Let's see what else. We got Wagtech from South Texas, and let's see. Jeff Tim got 65 degrees in Florida. I hate Jeff Tim. I really hate him. He gets all the warm temperatures down there. And let's see. Nathan Huxtable says, what's up, Doc? That's that Wabbit. That Wabbit says that, and he drives me up the wall. And let's see. Howdy from Idaho. Walter Miner is here. And Whiter54 says, great day in Indiana. Went to the range. No rabbits. Wow. Good for you. And James Wilkinson says, hello from the road. Hello to you, James. Thanks for joining. Waterio got 75 degrees in his part of Florida. That's another person I hate. And in South Dakota checking in, that's Bob. It says it was a balmy 60 today. Does that mean minus 60, Bob? South Dakota is cold. It's cold in June and July, let alone February. Let's see. Benjamin Heck is here, says from Communist Illinois. Thank you for joining, Benjamin. Pete Shaw is here. Northman said, where in Ohio are you? Close to Akron. Close to Akron, that area. Jeff Tim says, anyone seen the Wabbit? I miss Chaplain. I think you mean the Wabbi. I have not seen the Wabbi yet. Joe Morgan, I'm sitting here choking. I needed this. KD Cowboy, HR Fudd, can you shoot the CZP 10C better than that character HR Fudd? You know, HR is not a very good shot. Of all the people in the family, he does not shoot very well. He thinks he's a sniper, but he's really not. You know, he missed sometimes, and none of the rest of us in the family miss ever. Joe Morgan, haven't seen the Wabbi lately. That's too bad. Wabbi is a funny guy. Oh, look, here he comes. Here comes HR Funk. So that's it for HR Fudd. Time for me to leave. All of you have a great evening. HR Funk is just about to get here. Hey, thanks, cousin, for filling in. I appreciate that. I was a little bit late getting in. No problem. That was a lot of fun. There's a lot of good people on there, and they will be glad to see you when you get there. Well, thanks again. You take care. Have a good evening. Bye-bye now. Wow, and thanks to all of you for joining in this evening. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you might be joining us from. And thanks to my cousin, HR Fudd, for joining, or for filling in, rather, until I got here. I appreciate that greatly. And let's see, who do we have here this evening? We've got Walter Miner. We've got Advanced Ghost. Old Spice is here. Joe Morgan. ERJG is here. Armored Ghost says, howdy from North Korea, from Canada. Okay, North Korea, Canada. Waterio has 75 degrees in his part of Florida. Oh, my Lord, that's warm down there. It actually got warm here in Ohio today. I got up to about 45 or so it wasn't too bad here today. Windy, though. Let's see, where are we here? Trying to get down to where we are. Vic from Fallout. Check Fudds use VZ58 just for your info. Great. Ed McCracken, raised in Green Township, Ohio. If it's the Green Township I'm thinking of, that's not too far away at all. Charles says the Wabbit is in his stew now. Good for him. That's what he gets. Rich Power says, just across town from you. I'm not sure if he's talking to me or someone else. Command Center 10-8 says, what's your thought on the 5-inch 44 Magnum Smith & Wesson? I'm a huge fan of the 44 Magnum cartridge and Smith & Wesson revolvers in general. So the 5-inch version, I think I had a 5-inch version once. In fact, I'm sure I did. It was a 5-inch Smith & Wesson 629 DX. Great revolver. Should have never traded it. I did trade it. I've got a 6-inch 629 now, and I've got a 4-inch 629 mountain gun. Wish I still had the 5-inch. So great revolvers all the way around. And let's see. ERJG says he's signing out. He likes HR Funk better. Well, who doesn't? What a great guy he is. Marty Neff says, Need to get HR Fudd to sing Wild Thing with our band. And he can sing too. He's got a great singing voice. Stephen Detweiler says, I'm just getting here. Thanks for joining, Steve. Wagtech says, first cousin of second cousin removed. And let's see. Jeff Tim says, I'm a little too late for the, or a little too late rather, for the Gundy Awards. Vic Fallout says, like Clark Kent and Superman. Yeah, how about that? Marsu Cavalli is here. Thanks for joining, Marsu. Appreciate you being here. And Norseman says Ohio was fantastic today. It was a pretty good day. It wasn't bad at all. And Joe Morgan says, I love Smith & Wesson revolvers, but as I get older, I'm kind of starting to like the Colt 2 even. And wheel guns are just great. The classic wheel guns are just fantastic. Here's a sneak peek at something coming in the future. I'm looking at maybe acquiring a new wheel gun, so we'll wait and see what comes of that. But I got a new one that I'm considering. I'm thinking about, and you may see that in the near future. KD Cowboy says, are Century AKs decent, or would you go with the PSA? I am not an AK authority, and in fact, probably ERJG 1954 is a better person to answer that. He knows a lot more about AKs than I do. But in general, from what I know, the PSA firearms have a couple of issues. They're AK variants. I believe the Century Arms are doing a little bit better than the PSAs. And I'm going down through here soon. Who else we have? What do you think about Ruger's acquisition of Marlin? I am keeping my fingers crossed for the best. So far, I think the only thing we've seen come out is the SBL 1895, and looks like a nice rifle. And that's one that I've always really, really liked the looks of, is the 1895 SBL. And ever since I saw it in that Jurassic Park movie, I've kind of wanted one. So we'll see. But so far, so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope those Marlin or those Ruger-based Marlins end up doing very, very well. And just going down through here, a lot of you guys are talking to each other. Norseman says, I'm trying to find out what this is all about. I just dropped by accident. I've seen a few of your a few of your YouTube posts. Norseman, thanks for joining us. My live streams are kind of a mixed bag. There are a lot of regulars who are going to be signing in here, a lot of regulars who are on here already. It's really just a time for everybody to get together, have a good time, shoot the breeze. I never have a script. I never have an agenda. I respond to the comments as they come up on the live feed chat or live chat feed here. And it's, just like I said, kind of a chance to sit back, kick up your feet, have a good conversation with a lot of people, and have a good time. So now I got to figure out where I was. Marsu Cavalli, big fan of single actions. Yeah, so am I. And I keep thinking about adding another single action to my collection. In fact, I was looking at a couple yesterday. I'm looking at a Cimarron single action army clone. And Cimarron makes really nice looking firearms. So who knows? You might see one of those at some point in the near future. That's not the one I was talking about a little while ago, but that's always one that you might see. I don't have an actual single action army clone, so you might see one of those if I just can't live without one. Armor Ghost says, favorite 308 / 7.62 rifle. Got to be the M14. Absolutely got to be the M14. Now, as I say that, there are variants. And when I think about like the Springfield Armory line, my Springfield Armory M1A loaded that I have basically set up like a M21 system, I really, really like that system. I love my M1A Supermatch. So those are just great, great rifles. But that said, I also love my bolt guns. For example, my 700P that's in 308 Winchester. Great firearm. That was my work rifle for a lot of years. So there are a lot of fantastic rifles. I don't know if I could pick a favorite. That might be a topic for a future video. Vic from Fallout. Yesterday I saw Hickok 45 video about Smith & Wesson CSX. What do you guys think? I have not handled CSX yet, so I can't really give you a firsthand account of it. It's nice to see Smith & Wesson kind of branch off and make something different. I don't know. I'm going to have to wait till I actually handle one to be able to give you more of an opinion of it. ERJG says stay away from Century in general. Okay, and again, he is the more authority, or the authority probably, at least as opposed to he and I, when it comes to any kind of an AK variant. And let's see. Fred Schmidt says PSAs are on sale. Eddie, you pronounce that Jacques? XOC? Grand Thumb just did a video on the PSA AK rifle. Okay, good to know. And Ignacy Krasiski, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says greetings from Poland. Thank you for joining us, Ignacy. Marsukaveli says, and the Schofield is, is my wet dream. Okay. Joe Morgan wants to see Marlin 795 rifles again, and hopefully we'll see that when Ruger starts to get those things churning out more and more. Charles wants to see the SBL 1895, just waiting until he get one easily. ERJG says PSA is a tad better than Century, but PSA makes good ARs, and I can vouch for that. I have an AR pistol from PSA, and it is a fantastic firearm. Fred Schmidt got a Rock Island 4-inch 38. Just love it. Good for you. I saw one of those yesterday at a gun show. Not a bad looking revolver, but I've not actually shot one or handled one yet. Armor Ghost says he still doesn't get why Smith made the CSX. It's nice in some respects, but is better than. But is it any better than their other pistols? And that's what I don't know. I haven't handled one yet. KD Cowboy says, really enjoy your 10 best movie firearms. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a fun video to do. I hope a lot of you were entertained by that and really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed making it. Marty Neff says, what do you think of Smith & Wesson 38 revolvers? I shoot a 64-5 LE trade-in. Great, great revolvers. I've got a lot of the older Smith & Wesson wheel guns. I really, really love them. They're just fantastic revolvers. I love the triggers. There's really nothing to dislike about those old classic Smith & Wesson revolvers. Racker says, nice to see you here. Thanks for being in the neighborhood. Prefer the 308 M1. Good for you. And that's another great rifle in its own right. And I'm just going down through some of the comments here. Norseman says, thanks for your reply. Yes, it's fun to have an unscripted gun talk streaming. I think so too. I really enjoy these. You know, I do a live stream about once a month, and just to get together with everybody and have a great conversation and just enjoy ourselves. I really, really like this. Dale Kids talking to ERJG 1954. Joe Morgan would love to try out an AK again. Spiritual Awakenings. Cimarron also makes a detailed reproduction of Kurt Russell's hog leg from the movie Tombstone. I think I knew that. They make a lot of movie guns. In fact, I think that company started out making firearms for movies, and they've sort of branched off into actually producing firearms for other consumers. So that's kind of cool. And they make a lot of movie firearms. They've got one for the Clint Eastwood movies too, the Man with No Name movies. They've got one of his revolvers in their website. Randy Adams 03 says, just found you live, HR. My two favorite 762 by 51s are my BM59 and my RFI 2A1 classic firearms. I'd like to try a BM59 sometimes. They look cool. I just like to shoot one to see what I think of them. KD Cowboy, any news on getting an SA-35 to review? No. I ask about those things pretty much anytime I go to a gun store or a gun show or whatever, and they're just nowhere to be found. I think Springfield Armory made a small batch of those things and got them out to certain people on YouTube and a few to places like Brownells or wherever, but they're just nowhere out there. I can't find them anywhere. Woodrow says, my work rifle was a Remington BDL in 308. The agency wouldn't let me take it with me when I left the teams. Yeah, I got lucky. We traded my rifle for a newer rifle shortly before I left the police department, shortly before I retired, and I was able to buy it back from the distributor where it was traded. So that rifle will never be owned by another person as long as I draw breath. That is my rifle, and that's it. End of story. As long as I'm here, it'll be with me, and who knows, maybe it'll be buried with me. Armored Ghost, Smith versus Ruger revolvers. Wow. This is one of these Ford, Chevy, Apple / PC type debates. I prefer Smith & Wesson revolvers, but there is nothing wrong with Ruger revolvers if that's what somebody else likes. Thomas Palikas, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Semperfi just got out for a live stream. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you joining in. Please feel free to throw in a question or a comment as you see fit. Jeff Tim bought a PSA dagger on Friday. It was reliable with a collection of Glock style magazines and mixed rounds. Good. That's good to know. I wouldn't mind trying one of those out myself sometime. And just kind of coming down through here, looking for another comment for me. Norseman says K98 in Norway, the Norwegian military sold off their stores back in the 80s to serving officers. Got one, but it is stuck in Norway. That's too bad. Anyone know how I can get it here? I do not, but I wish you luck. Glenn Schultz says, thinking about replacing the iron sights on my Colt Government with tritium sights. What do you think? If you're going to be using it in low light situations, then the tritium sights are definitely going to be the way to go. If not, if it's just going to be a firearm for the range on nice sunny days or indoor ranges with good light, then I don't know that the tritiums are going to do anything for you. So it all depends on how you're planning on using it. And now I'm going to go back down through here and figure out where I was again. Charles says the only SA-35s out there are the scalped. Scalp to hell. Saw a vendor selling one for $1,100 to $1,200, and that's what I hear. If they show up on Gunbroker or some place like that, they're just insanely priced. So I'm waiting for them to really show up on gun shop shelves to see what they're going to show for. And truthfully, I might hold off at this point and look at one of the new FN high powers when they come out. Randy Adams says, HR will send your, wait a second. We'll send on your dime. Okay. Vic from Fallout says, I can buy a Beretta BM59 in the Czech Republic for $744. Same price like the non-fired Soviet AKM. That's interesting. Here they would be probably more than that. I would expect to pay more than that for a BM59. RPC dude says, got a Glock rifle stuck in Norway. A Glock rifle. Wow. You have to give us some more information about that. Andy Torre says, just subbed. Glad I ran into your channel. Good stuff. Thanks, Andy. Thanks for joining or for subscribing, rather. Welcome aboard. I always appreciate new subscribers. And all of you that have been subbed for a long time, thank you. Thank you very much. Nathan Huxtable, keep looking at a 7-shot GP100. It's about the same price as a used 686 plus. I can just spend that much on a GP100. Okay. Jeff Beeson says, do you have a favorite 556 or 223 ammo and what rate of twist? Probably my favorite is Federal Gold Medal Match, the 77 grain variety, because that is such a versatile bullet weight and cartridge. The rate of twist is probably 1 in 8 just to stabilize that particular bullet. So that would be my answer to those two. Ben C, any advice on improving standing position for high power? I'm just starting, and so standing is the hardest position. Really dry fire practice and just getting used to being in that position, working on it. I am not a phenomenal shooter from a standing position. A good day for me is a 90, give or take. So I've gotten to the point where I'm getting very comfortable with the motion of my firearm and breaking the shot as it's coming into the black. And like I said, some days are better than others, but I think just dry firing is really, really helping me with that position. Minivan 007, do you reload? If so, what calibers? I can currently find primers. Do you see wait a second. I can't currently find primers. Do you see an end in sight on the shortages? No, I wish I did. In fact, I was just at a gun show yesterday and there were no primers there at all. When I do see primers, they're somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 for 100, maybe $12. If you see them for 1,000, they're somewhere between $100 and $125. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know when we're going to see an end to that. I do reload. I reload a variety of different cartridges, but I've got a small stockpile of components left, but it is dwindling. So I don't know when we're going to see an end to it. Hopefully soon. Stephen Detweiler, what revolver did they use in Adam 12? They always had their fingers on the trigger. I don't know. It was probably either a Model 10 or a Model 15 Smith & Wesson, but I really don't know. I'd have to go back and watch those reruns to be able to see. Henry P., what's your favorite 22 target pistol? I've got a Smith & Wesson 22A that I really like. It's got great sights. It's got a great trigger. Smith & Wesson doesn't make those anymore, but I really like the one that I have. Joe Morgan, HR Funk, thoughts on the 30 Super Duper Carry? On one hand, it's cool for band states. On the other, just why? I'm sorry, the 30 Super Duper Carry strikes me as a gimmick. I think it's one of those lures that's intended to catch fishermen rather than fish. I don't think it offers much of anything over the 9mm other than a couple of rounds in the magazine. So I'm just not at all enthusiastic about the 30 Super Duper Carry. Vic from Fallout, we're having something cheap. We have something inexpensive. New Glocks for $850, new Pythons for $2,500. The Mossberg Maverick costs $465. So that's interesting. Glocks there are about $300-ish, $200 to $300 more than they are here. The Python is about $1,000 more than it is here. And the Maverick is probably $100 to $200 more than it is here. So interesting. Snowy Owls, what do you think of the Kimber Ultra Carry 45 ACP? Nice looking pistol. Very nice looking. The only thing I noticed with Kimbers is it seems like if you get a good one, you're all set, but you might not get a good one. It seems like their quality control can be a little spotty. That's what I noticed with Kimbers. Joe Morgan, love the Model 50. Okay, he's talking, let's see. Adam 12 was supposed to be, this is Jeff Tim, Adam 12 was supposed to be a 6-inch Model 15, but some of the stunt guns were not. That doesn't surprise me for the early 1970s. Randy Adams says, guys, hit the like. Yes, hit the like, please. And let's see, Steve Detweiler, final numbers in, COVID with pneumonia put 3,500 in debt. Was going to buy a new lever action this year, but hopefully next year. Sorry to hear about that, Steve. Richard Mabry, the standard sidearm for patrol officers in Los Angeles Police Department in the series was a 6-inch barreled Model 14 K38 revolver. Okay. I did not know that. I'll take your word for it. KD Cowboy, anyone have a Sky pistol? I do not. I've handled them. I've seen them, but I do not have one. I've never shot one. Richard Mabry in season 4, real life LAPD transferred from the 6-inch to the 4-inch revolvers. Often Model 14 K38s cut down by LAPD armorers. Adam 12 changed to Smith & Wesson Model 15 Combat Masterpiece. All right, good to know. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why it reminds me, but it does. It's time for this evening's non-firing replica firearm. And I got to get things ready to go here. Uh-oh. This non-firing replica is a Browning Mark III high-power 9mm semi-automatic pistol. It's too bad it's a non-firing replica, because if it actually fired, it would be a tremendous firearm. Manufactured in 1993, if I remember correctly. And again, I wish it was an actual firing pistol, but I have to put up with it being a non-firing replica. All right, where are we in the comments here? Nathan Huxtable, ditto on Kimber QC. The guy at the range had one. The spring was so stiff that he could hardly get the barrel bushing to fit it. It was brutal. Yeah, and that's what I hear constantly with Kimbers. If you get a good one, you're all set, but you might not get a good one. Vic from Fallout, Model 14 K38 Target Masterpiece is one of the best target revolvers ever made. I agree. I really like the Model 14. I like the Model 15 also. The Model 15 are very accurate in their own right. And a lot of you guys are talking to each other, just going down through here looking for the next comment for me. Armor Ghost says Stormtrooper pistol right there. A lot of people talking about Adam 12. Marty Neff, Adam 12, season 1 to 3 was a Model 14, 6-inch. Okay, I think we already talked about that. Ben C. So about the standing question, you breathe naturally. Okay, and he's talking about the standing position that we talked about a little while ago. Randy Adams says the most beautiful as my Romanium TT33-C762 by 25, made in 1956. Cool. Armor Ghost, do you like any of his Israeli guns? Yes, I like my IWI Masada a lot. Great pistol. I almost said great revolver. Great pistol. In fact, expect to see that in a video coming up on Wednesday. Vic from Fallout, hey, what do you think about the TV series Third Watch, 1999 to 2005? I don't think I ever saw it. I really don't know anything about it. Steve Detweiler, do you have an AK? I don't recall. No, I do not. I do not have an AK of my own. KD Cowboy says, it looks like he's talking to Fred Schmidt, actually. And CDBZB, does the CMP have an M1 Grand? Does the CMP have M1 Grand shots? I think you mean shoots or matches. And yes, they do. Davey or Davi 85. I still love the old Smith & Wesson 19 2.5 inch. So do I. I love mine. Mine's blued. Looks like yours is nickeled. Great revolvers. And Chris S 1911 took out my Smith & Wesson 29, 57, and 27. All good groups. How can you go wrong with that trio? Vic from Fallout. Elvis carried a Model 19 2.5 inch. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. In fact, I saw a picture of his revolver not too long ago. Very ornate. It went up for auction maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And it was a phenomenal revolver. I have no idea what it sold for, but more than I could afford. I know that. CDBZ, how do you find them? Just bought my first CMP M1. I love my M1. Absolutely love it. I hope you got a good one. They're great rifles to shoot. They're a fantastic piece of history. So I hope you got a good one. Mephasto, do you have a favorite Smith square butt grip? I'm looking for a Coke bottle type grip that is something affordable. I like the Coke bottles. I think I only have one on my old Model 28, but they fit my hand very well. So I hope you find that. I hope it's a good one for you. As far as where to find it, usually gun shows are the best place to find something like that is something from back in the day. That's I guess my best suggestion. Ben C., have you ever been to CMP's Talladega range? No, I have not. Seen pictures of it, but I've never been there. Armor Ghost, do you see gun prices inflating? Well, they have for the last several years. I kind of think as long as we have this current administration in office, that we're going to see guns and ammunition continue to be at elevated prices. I hope I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I expect. Let's see. Randy Adams, HR, where's the missus? Love her take. She's out of town today. I thought maybe she would join us this evening, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if she shows up. Adias, I think we were in Iwakuni at the same time, 1986, 87, 88, 89. I was there in Iwakuni. It sounds like we were. I was there from February of 1988 until February of 89. I was there for a year. So if you were there in 88, we were there at the same time. Joe Morgan, I see everything inflating. Food is way up. Everything is going up. Yes, it is. I agree. Stephen Detweiler, do you prefer the Marlin or the Henry? I prefer the Marlin, but I got to tell you, there's a Henry model out there that's kind of got my eye. I saw one yesterday, and it's their new kind of sort of tactical lever actions. Got the plastic stock and the optics mount and everything else. I forget what they call it exactly. But I thought that might be cool to do a video on one of those as a home defense / tactical lever action. So if I decide I can't live without it, you might see one of those in a future video. ME says, let's go, Brandon. Bruce Army got an M1 from the DCM years ago. Yeah, DCM, CMP, same thing. They just basically changed the name. CDBZ says Iwakuni 82 and 84. VMFP3, cool for you. We definitely walked some of the same ground over there. And looking down through here for another comment from me. Alaska 1 Andy says hello. Mad Veteran says, love your channel, brother. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, I was going to tell you guys, somebody, when I did the favorite movie firearm video a week or so ago, some of you guys suggested the movie Wind River. I had never seen it. I watched that actually today. Good movie. I enjoyed the heck out of that. So thanks for whoever recommended that. Bruce or Ben C. Okay, looks like he's talking to Bruce Arney. Richard Mabry, Henry Big Boy X. Wish I could find one anywhere in 357. The one I saw yesterday was 357, and it was in the $800 range. So I thought about that one. I didn't pick it up, but I thought about it. Wow, somebody got a CMP M1, it looks like, for $65. Wow. Looks like Chris S. His dad got that, so fantastic. The Jimbo Man says, hello, Mr. Funk. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. Fred Schmidt, what is your take on the Canadian issue? I keep hoping that works itself out. I'm cheering for the truckers like a lot of people down here. We'll see what happens in the end. Nathan Huxtable, HR, or anyone here, how come the Savage 99 lever gun gets so little publicity? I don't know. I saw one of those at the gun show yesterday. It was in 253,000 Savage, and I thought, maybe. I didn't get it, but that would have been a cool rifle. I always kind of liked the 99. And a lot of you guys are talking to each other, looking for the next comment for me. Minivan Man 007, loved your 1911 versus M9 M17 video. Do you feel the M17 was rushed to replace the M9? Kinda. I really think the military should have looked at the M9A3. I think that was a great option, and now we have the M9A4. But it seems like they just wanted to get out of the Beretta pistol and get into something different. Now, for going to something different, I really like the M17, or actually I have the M18. It seems like a great pistol, and I was kind of surprised by how much I liked it and how well it shot. But yeah, I do think that was kind of rushed. Reichesbringer just got home from George Washington birthday match at Ben Avery, hosted by the Arizona Rifle and Pistol Association. Cool, good for you. CDBZ just got the big boy in 44 Magnum this year. Took 2 deer with it. Good, cool, good for you. Norseman served in the Navy submarines. Wow, that's something I would never want to do. I'm not claustrophobic, but I think being stuck inside a sub for a long, long period of time will really get on my nerves. So good for you. We were we were issued Kongsberg Colts. Later got the Glock 17. It was a sad day. Which gun show did you go to? It was one in Mansfield, Ohio. So small show, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time there yesterday. Armored Ghost, do you like the Winchester shotguns and rifles? In general, yes. I don't own any. I was actually looking at a couple of Winchester Model 94s to show yesterday. Didn't bring any home with me, but I wouldn't mind owning a Winchester. I need to get one of those someday. Dale Kidd, have a 99 300 Savage that I inherited from my grandfather. Wonderful rifle. Good for you, Dale. I think those are cool rifles. And whoever said that a little while ago is right. They really don't get much attention or much appreciation, but I think they're cool rifles. And so we got other talk about the Savage 99 down through here. Bruce Army, Funk, that's your home. Yes, this is my home. Or Ohio, I guess is that way. Yes, I am in Ohio. Kilo Alpha Tango, going home on leave soon. Can't wait to shoot my Henry Golden Boy. Good for you. Good for you. And I hope you have a great homecoming. Crumbly says Soup Soba 83, 84, RIP Meatloaf. Yes to both of those. The Soba truck was still around when I was in Iwakuni. Everything stopped. It was like when little kids heard the ice cream truck coming. When the Soba truck was coming down the street, everything stopped, and we would run out there to get something from the Soba truck. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Armored Ghost says John Wick inspired people to get concealed carry pencils. Stephen Detweiler, did you bring anything home yesterday? Yes, 1 box of ammunition. That's all I bought the whole time I was there. Richard Mabry says, a local store has a Marlin 1894 Cowboy in stock, 357. Trying to get the price, might end up going up with that. I've got a 1894 and 357 Magnum. It's not a Cowboy. It's one of the 16-inch 1894 CPs, and I love that little thing. So if you can get a Marlin 357 Magnum 1894, I don't think you're going to be disappointed with it. CDBZ, do you collect CNR firearms? Not really at this point. I wouldn't mind it, but I just haven't done that. Vic from Fallout, the Portuguese Navy uses the Walther P1 until 2015. In the Czech Republic, more police departments now use the Glock 17. And I'll tell you what, I like the P38 and the P1. They're just cool pistols. And I don't know. I think if I had been in the Portuguese Navy, I'd have been a little sad to give up my P1 or my P38. Randy Adams, 03 HR, Ohio, okay, or BS anti 2A. Ohio is pretty Second Amendment friendly compared to some of the other states. FL Treasure says, greetings from Orlando. Thanks for joining us. Norseman says, I've been in nearly 70 countries. All I can say, never let anyone take your Second Amendment away. Believe me, we know that. Believe me. And a lot of us are fighting for that all the time. But there are a lot of people that would like to see the United States be like a lot of the other countries around the world that are disarmed. What box of ammo? That's just crazy. It was a box of 45 ACPs, so at least it was good ammo. Sean Patterson, or Pedersen rather, I like your Kel-Tec sub 2000 video. Thank you. Thanks for watching that one. Marty Neff, we bought a Savage Rascal 22 single shot for our grandsons. to shoot on the range with us. That's cool. That's very cool. We got my daughter a 22 Cricket years ago. That was her first actual real firearm to shoot, and it was a lot of fun when she used to shoot that. Now she's too big for it. Steve Detweiler says someone just won the Daytona 500. That's good to know. I'm not really a race fan. Drew Who, will the police honor their oath to defend the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and the law, or directions of tyrannical liberals? You know, I can't speak for all police officers, obviously. All I can say is that I hope everyone remembers their oath and that they're faithful to that. Glenn Schultz, very hard to take away. Second Amendment. 2/3 of the states must vote, for a constitutional amendment. I understand what you're saying. ME bought the Orange Mag full stocks for his Mossberg 590A1 using the Optics Planet discount code. Good. I'm glad you're able to use that. I hope it saved you a few bucks, so good for you. KD Cowboy, your video on conflict avoidance for the defensive shooter was very informative and a great service to the public. I hope so. I really hope. That was one that I knew when I made that it was not going to get 1 million views or anything like that, but I thought it was one that was necessary. I thought it was overdue. So I really, really hope that resonates with some folks out there and maybe helps to keep some people out of trouble. Snowy Owls, how's the Springfield version of the Browning High Power? If I can ever get my hands on one, I'll tell you. Norseman just picked up Colt 38 Super yesterday from their competition line. Have one from before their custom shop. Loved it so much. Wanted to get a user gun. Good. And I really like the 38 Super cartridge, so I hope you enjoy that a lot. Nathan Huxtable, what was the most rewarding, interesting video that you've done so far? Wow. Most rewarding and interesting. You know, this is weird, but probably the most rewarding was the video I did on my weight loss. That was one of the most difficult videos I ever did on a personal level. But so many people have commented on that and found some measure of inspiration or guidance or whatever that I hope that I've helped out a lot of people. So that was probably the most rewarding. And what was the other one? Was it inspirational? Now I got to find where that comment was. Oh, interesting. Most interesting video. Wow. Trying to think what the most interesting one was. The law enforcement series, the qualification series, was another one on a personal level I found very interesting to see just what everyone in the country was doing and also to get the feedback from all of you. So I found that whole series to be very interesting. I don't know if I could pick a single video that was the most interesting, though. Katie Cowboy, any thoughts on the Canadian trucker situation? I commented on this a little while ago. I'm cheering for the truckers. I hope things work out in their favor, but we'll just kind of see what happens. I hope that things really don't go south there and it ends up in some sort of violence or anything else. Ben C., have you ever dabbled in Palma? No, I haven't. It looks cool, but I've never done it myself. Drew Who, it's funny how they can infringe though. Can some states have a little bit of slavery? No. Why should the Second Amendment be any different? I don't disagree with you. Dale Kidd, Canadian cops haven't been doing anything too well this week on keeping their oath thing that I'm afraid. And I'm sorry to hear that. Randy Adams, HR may have missed it. Any chance you may have a PMR 30? If the Gen 2, no issues with the Magpul loader. I don't have one yet or anywhere in sight. If I get one, you'll definitely see it. Battlehawk Night Vision. Have you ever thought of shooting with a silencer under NVGs? Not really. Not in my videos that I do. When I was with the SWAT team, that might have been helpful. I don't know about these days. So I doubt that you're going to see anything like that. Derek Richardson, HR Funk. I enjoy your content. Look forward to your videos. Have you tried the Shadow Systems lineup of pistols yet? No, I haven't. I've seen them. Haven't tried any yet. CDBZ, just found your channel this week. Looking for info on match gear. Last time that I went to Perry was 2003 with my son, and I want to get back into it. There is no place in the world like Camp Perry during the national matches. So I hope you make it back. I hope you enjoy yourself. You know, even if you go there, I shouldn't say this, but even if you go there and don't shoot well, just to be able to experience that is tremendous. Katie Cowboy, and I want to ever use ballistol to clean your firearms. That stuff is strong and unique smell. Yes, it is. And I use it for my black powder firearms. I like it a lot, actually. Yeah, the smell is a little rough, but it does a good job. And Derek Richardson, I love them. Want a new comp gun from Shadow Systems. I hope you get it. Andy Torre, there's a lot of talk about this administration banning high-capacity magazines. Thoughts? Yeah, my thoughts are I hope they don't. Nathan Huxtable says night vision gear with the tactical lever gun versus a thumbtack. Okay, maybe we'll see that. And Dale Kidd giving some information on the Canadian Constitution, which I'm woefully ignorant of. Belisarius 0000 finally got around to shooting the Schofield, and the auto eject was extremely satisfying. The Schofields are cool, and the auto eject is great. So I'm glad you liked yours. I need to do some more shooting with one of those. Kilo Alpha Tango, loved your Smith & Wesson K22 Masterpiece Model 17-2. Do you have any experience with one of the similar models? I have an 18. Mine is a Model 18, and I really like that thing. In fact, I had a Model 18, and I had a 617 4-inch. There was a 10-shot, and I ended up trading the 617 because I like the 18 so much better. Scott says, I recently saw your video on the TZOS 1911. Do you recommend them? I've been looking at them. Their prices are so low for a 1911, so I've been hesitant. I really like mine. If you want a traditional styled 1911A1, I don't think you can go wrong with the price of those things. Mine has been great. I've had a couple of hiccups here and there, but nothing major. And truthfully, I'm not entirely sure mine is even completely broken in yet. So I don't think you're going to go wrong with one of those. Chris Champo's here. Says he made it on time. Good for you, Chris. Norseman, FRT are the hot topic these days. Will they be banned? FRT. I'm not sure what FRT stands for. You're going to have to give me the translation on that. Emmy, you believe the thumbtack was driven by the 1911 recently? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Marty Neff says your qualification videos were awesome, especially the Alabama with the borrowed Model 10. Yes, that's probably one of the most viewed qualification videos that I have is the one with the Model 10 on the Alabama course. And that was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. It was great to show that classic wheel gun on that course. And I'm going down through here. A lot of you guys are talking to each other, just looking for the next comment or question for me. Robert Hendricks, what do you think of the Radical AR-15? Not familiar with that one, so I apologize. Randy Adams says, HR, could I shoot the high power with my Franken rifle BM59 at Camp Perry? I think so. I think you could shoot that. The thing to do would be to contact the civilian marksmanship program and ask them, but I think that would be okay. I'm just not certain. Snowy Owl says, I enjoyed firing and hunting with the Lyman Great Plains rifle and 54 caliber. Yeah, I can see why. Great muzzleloading rifle, historically accurate. So there's a lot of cool things about that. Oh, okay. Ben C, forced reset trigger, aka binary trigger. Okay. I don't know. I don't use those things myself. It seems to me like an expensive noisemaker. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on that one way or the other. I mean, I get the slippery slope aspect of all that. So I don't know. I really don't have an opinion. Davy85, I think the Para Ordnance P12 was ahead of its time in regards to its size and capacity in 1911. That's probably true. Probably true. Jeff Tim, Classic Firearms, has 3 Cimarron, number 3 Schofields, 45 long Colt. Hurry. Yeah, probably won't be buying one of those today, but that would be cool. I'll tell you what I really wish I could get is a Model 3 Smith & Wesson clone in 44 Special. A lot of them were originally in 44 Russian. I wish I could get them in the Special because it's a little bit closer to the original chambering for those. And plus, I'm already set up to reload that. Captain Thumb Trump Tracker says, excellent videos. Thank you. Chris 1911, opinion on Rock Island 1911s. I love the one that I have. Turner Saddlery Incorporated is here. Says, HR, good. Finally, to catch you live. Keep them coming. Semper Fi. Richard, thank you very much, Gunny. I appreciate you joining us. And Semper Fi. And we've got, wow. Some of the pronunciations of the screen names are a little beyond me. TXYC DSEI, and I don't understand the comment either. So I think I'm unfortunately just going to have to jump past that. John says, in low light, you look like moonlight in Vermont, like Frankie. Okay. Chris Ciampo, you can shoot an M16A4 clone 20-inch at Camp Perry. HR Funk, does it need to be an A1? Does it need to be an A1 or A2 configurations? It can be either one. Most people shoot the A2 configurations with the free float barrel, but you can shoot an A1 if you want to. Randy Adams, HR, thanks. Mostly Italian with the bullet barrel and receiver. I will ask. Okay. Yeah, I think you should be able to shoot that, but I just don't know. Belisarius, any chance we'll get an expansion of the Tactical series in other areas like tactical grilling or tactical shopping? You never know. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I mean, for crying out loud, we had HR Fudd that did the introduction to today's video, so you never know what you might see on this channel. Stephen Detweiler, when are the Banditos going to make their return? Probably when it gets warmer. Those guys don't like the cold weather, but when it gets warmer, don't be surprised if they show up again. Leon Colwyn says, I shot an Italian Brita Garand at Camp Perry, so it would be possible to shoot a BM-59. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good to know. Wagtech says, if you play with any 9mm carbines, HR, I have. I don't think I own any currently, but I have in the past. When I first started with my, not the police department that I left recently, but the one that I spent most of my career with, when I first started with them, we had Marlin Camp carbines in the trunk, which was pretty forward thinking at that time in the early 1990s. And when we traded those things on AR variants, we had the chance to buy one, and like an idiot, they were like $125 or something like that for a Marlin 9mm Camp carbine that I could have bought one for, and I didn't, and I've been kicking myself for years ever since then. Ravnar 777, Mr. Funk, have you ever shot crossbows or bows? When I was a teenager, I used to bow hunt. I have shot crossbows, but it's been a long, long time since I shot either one, and I probably couldn't hit the computer screen from here with either one of those right now. So it's been a long time. And now I got to find where I was again. Yeah, Chris, if you didn't see the very beginning of the live chat or live stream today, you missed HR Fudd. He was here today. Nathan Huxtable, tactical dishwashing. You could use your clay pigeon thrower. Yes, and I probably have to low crawl with camo paint on my face and a ghillie suit in order to do the tactical dishwashing properly. Ben C, camp carbines in the trunk. Wow, that's a blast from the past. My uncle used to have a Ruger Mini 14 in his patrol car in the late 90s. And those were great also. And those were also used by some police departments back in the day. What are we up to here? We're over an hour. So we'll probably take this to an hour and 15 minutes. So another, whatever, 7-8 minutes, something like that, folks. Don't want to cut it off too quick, but just want to give you an early warning here. Robert Cook is here, says, what's up? What's up, Robert? Thanks for joining. Dale Kidd says, lagging badly here tonight. Going to call it quits. Thanks for joining us, Dale. Appreciate you coming. Have a good evening and take care. Fred Schmidt, have you ever tried the High Point 9mm carbine? No, I have not. Robert Cook, been a fan for a while. Honestly, one of the most based channel. I had to ask my wife what based meant, because somebody used that in a comment to one of the videos. I didn't know if it was a good thing or it was a bad thing. Turns out it's a good thing. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hod 8 is here, says he's in late. Thanks for joining, Hod. Jeff S says, hello, HR. You've been reloading for your Ruger 308 Hunter. Just curious on the group sizes. I really have not been. That's one of those things I need to do, and I've had all kinds of other things going on, so I've not been able to do a lot of reloading lately, but hopefully I can get some of that done in the summer, and we'll see just how small I can shrink those groups. Old Spice 1 says we had many, I think they're supposed to be mini 14s in our cruisers, and Ithaca Model 37s up front. That's a pretty classic combination from back in the day. And Steve Detweiler says the earlier time worked for you this week. Good. Leon Colwyn, you need to do more CZ75 videos, especially CZ97. I'll try to get some up. I've got so many video ideas and a lot of things I'd like to do. I'm waiting for the weather to get better, and to some degree, I'm waiting for time to get those done. So bear with me, folks. I try to get 1 or 2 videos out a week, and I try to get the ones that I can. So thank you very much for watching the ones I do put up. Belisarius, what are your shots on shooting antique firearms? As long as they're in good condition and you're not abusing them or anything else, I don't have a problem with that. You have to shoot them with the ammunition they were intended to be fired with. Chris Giampo, new character, H.R. Hathcock and sniper gear. No. I would never try to impersonate the gunny. I have way too much respect for him. I've said before, Carlos Hathcock is my hero. Couldn't bring myself to do that. If I was going to do anything, I would do H.R. Funk as a sniper, but not H.R. Hathcock. That wouldn't happen. Andy Torrey, any merch for sale? Only my t-shirts. If you go to warburbunker.com, you can find my t-shirts. There's some stickers up there and some other things. So that's really the only merchandise I have right now. And I wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Nathan there. So I appreciate his assistance with that. Kristen Soldier is leaving us, says, good night, HR Funk, and everybody. Good night to you. Thanks for joining. And I'm sorry I can't read your name, but says hello from Russia. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. KD Cowboy, have a good evening. Please give my regards to HR Fudd. I'll do that. I'll let him know. Dave Nicholson says, hi, HR. Hi to you, Dave. Rich Powers says, fixed a couple of cruisers from that department. The officers shot through the hood with a carbine. Something about that sounds familiar. What brand hair gel do you use? I actually none. There's no gel in my hair. This is just washed and dried, and that's the way it is. And let's see, Leon. Is talking about his Franking rifle M1 and BM59, both nails with my old eyes. Good. Steve Detweiler is leaving us. Thanks for being here, Steve. Appreciate you joining in. Hair gel's liberal tears. Would it be illegal to shoot an extraterrestrial? Oh, I don't know. We'll have to pose that question to Starfleet. Belisarius really wanted to get a Winchester 1895, but the most recent production is hard to find. Yeah, and I saw one yesterday. It was like, how much was that thing? It was really, really up there in price. So you're not going to get one cheap, that's for sure. Andrew L. Hello, Marine from the Army. Hello to you. Thanks for joining, Andrew. Whitler says, do you think there will be a war between Russia? I hope not. I don't want to see a war between anyone. I don't want to see people get killed. So let's hope things calm down and we don't see any kind of conflict there. Leon Colwyn, I have a custom Garand in 9.3 by 64. When I'm in Ohio next, would you like to try it out? Semi-auto elephant gun. I'd love to try it out. I think it would be fantastic. So yes, I would. Dave Nicholson just bought night sights from Optics Planet. Used your discount code. Good. I'm glad it saved you a little bit. Crembley Q, your opinion on civil asset forfeiture. I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. If you're talking about criminal forfeiture, like from drug dealers and things like that, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not entirely sure that's what you're asking. Thomas White, just signing on now, honeydew list. I understand. Unfortunately, we're winding down here, Tom. I apologize, but probably going to wrap it up here in just a couple of minutes. Robert Cook is heading out. Thanks for being here, Robert. Appreciate it. Serendipitolist? I'm probably not saying that right. Have an early model Tezos 1911 before the new color scheme, and it has been great. Even used for Oklahoma games in 1911 as issued competition. Good. That's good to know. Like I said, I like mine. The U.S. just landed advisors in Canada. Great. Belisarius shooting an AT would say, call immigration. Instead, they are liable to get flown to Chattanooga. All right, gang. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I know a lot of you have already checked out. As always, I want to wrap up by saying thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you for watching the videos. I absolutely firmly believe I have the best viewers on YouTube, really the best viewers on the internet, because I have people on Rumble now that are watching. You are all tremendous. Watching the videos, making the comments, my channel members who actually have a monthly donation they pay. That blows my mind. I never, ever, ever would have expected that from anybody. Thanks to all of you. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I hope you like the videos. If you have any questions or comments when you see the videos come up, don't hesitate to put them on there. I love responding to the comments. I hope all of you have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of the weekend that's left. And I've got videos coming up this week. I've got one on Wednesday that'll be coming out at 8 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. There's another one that's in the can for Saturday already. So all of you, thank you, thank you, thank you again. And have a great night. And God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.